Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome everybody to another edition of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Well, excuse me. Today's topic: the obsession. Why does Trump have such an obsession with Obama? And it's not because he roasted him at an event. It's not because of that. It's because of some other shit. But we're gonna get right into it. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Thank you to all my new members as well as my current members. You are gladly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Without further ado, let's get into why the obsession of Obama is 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 to its maximum with this guy. Let's see here, and it's not like I'm giving Obama any clout or anything because he has his issues, but if I'm a black man, I'm like, damn, it's been 10 years. So without further ado,
the United negotiating. Lots of times he's talking about the nuclear deal former President Barack Obama negotiated with Iran, a deal that Trump has said for more than a decade was disastrous.
I was very proud to have knocked out the Iran nuclear deal by President Barack Hussein Obama. That was a horrible, horrible, dangerous document. They would have had nuclear weapons 3 years ago.
But is that true? Was Obama's deal a dangerous document that allowed Iran to have a nuclear weapon? And is this new deal that Trump is negotiating with Iran better, worse, or the same? Well, whether it's better or worse is going to be up to you. And since we don't yet know exactly what Trump is negotiating, all we can do right now is understand the Obama deal. So when Trump's deal is announced, we have something to compare it to. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. And yes, buckle up because it is a deep dive. So Obama's deal was officially called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA. There was one thing that both President Trump and President Obama agreed on. Both of them said repeatedly that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. The JCPOA deal was agreed to in July of 2015 and implemented in January of 2016 by not only the United States and Iran, but also China, France, Germany, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the European Union. The deal said that Iran's nuclear program would be exclusively peaceful, and the deal reaffirmed that under no circumstances will Iran ever seek, develop, or acquire any nuclear weapons. To ensure that happened, Iran agreed to allow continuous monitoring of its operation by the International Atomic Energy Agency. Iran also agreed to give up nearly all of its enriched uranium and almost all of its centrifuges, which are the machines that enrich the uranium. Some parts of the deal were scheduled to last between 10 and 25 years, and others were supposed to last forever. In exchange for that, Iran received sanction relief from the United States and our European allies. And according to this report from the International Atomic Energy Agency, dated November 23rd, 2017, so almost 2 years after this deal was implemented, Iran was in full compliance with the JCPOA. The IAEA said Iran was not enriching uranium outside of the range agreed to for the peaceful purposes. The report said no enriched uranium has been accumulated through enrichment R&D activities, and it said Iran had submitted to all IAEA inspections. Then there's the money. You've probably heard President Trump say something like this.
They put it into a plane, a Boeing 757 packed with cash. And they flew it to Iran, and they let these guys just, I don't know what the hell they did with it, but they took it and then gave them billions and billions of dollars and bribed them basically to be friends.
The facts are much different than what Trump is implying here. It is true that money did exchange hands between the United States and Iran, but that exchange had nothing to do with the JCPOA. The United States gave Iran about $400 million in cash in January of 2016, and then $1.3 billion in interest payment right around the same time the JCPOA was implemented. That's why it gets confused so often. But the payment, according to the Obama administration, was announced months earlier and was the result of an unrelated settlement reached between the U.S. and Iran after a decades-old failed weapons deal. And in case you didn't know, in the 1960s and early 1970s, Iran legally purchased a lot of weapons and military equipment from the United States. But after the Islamic Revolution in 1979, the U.S. cut off those purchases, even though Iran had already paid.
Let's take a break. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So, I looked this deal up. On July 14th, 1915, the United States and its international negotiation partners, P5 plus one, United Kingdom, France, Russia, China, and Germany, announced that Iran or Joint Comprehension's Plan of Action, JCPOA, to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. Do I want to skip? No, I don't want to skip this one. Iran's obligations before the implication day on January 16, 2016, after which the United States and other world powers would waive nuclear-related sanctions. The International Atomic Energy Agency certified that Iran eliminate 98% of its uranium stockpile, remove and destroy the coils from its reactor, blocking the production of weapons grade plutonium. Remove more than 13,000 synthetic, 2/3 total. Those removed in process to be planned under continuous IAEA, which I don't know what that means. Plutonium, whatever. Fourth, halt all uranium enriched activities at the underground Fordow site. Allow the IAEA to implement the safeguard necessary to moderate Iran's nuclear program and implement transparency measures. Basically, look at what they're doing, spy on what they're doing, such as the additional promanium, proton, whatever they call it, to prevent greater access to inspectors. And last but not least, give IAEA the information it's needed to access possible military dominions of Iran's nuclear past. Going forward, Iran must process no more than 300 grams, 300 kg, 300 kilometer of uranium enriched up to 3.67, approximately 90% of weapons grade. Operate no more than 6,104 centrifuges. I gotta look that up. Cease uranium ship out all spent fuel and from the reactor, allow the IAEA continuing monitoring and inspecting its key nuclear faculties, and abide by limits of faculties research and development. This is part of what Obama and many other countries were mainly discussing. I guess this was the deal back in January or July 14th, 2015, and then later on they probably discussed another deal. But let's continue.
The deal at the time called for the establishment of a tribunal to untangle all the money issues between the U.S. and Iran, and said those unspent Iranian funds that the United States was in possession of were supposed to be placed in an interest-bearing account. Well, in the 1980s, Iran tried to get its money back, and it took decades to negotiate a deal. And finally, in 2015, they still hadn't received their money, and Iran had had enough, and they asked the tribunal to hold hearings to get the money. And instead of the hearings, the Obama administration settled with Iran for the $400 million in cash, which they say was the principal and payment Iran made in the 1970s for those weapons, plus the $1.3 billion, which is what was accumulated in interest. At the time, Obama said, had they let the tribunal decide, it probably would have cost the U.S. way more money. He also said the settlement had to be made in cash because the sanctions had cut Iran off from the international financial system, so there was no other way to pay Iran. Now, besides Donald Trump, a lot of other people had a lot of problems with the JCPOA, including some Democrats who said it did not go far enough to address Iran's funding of proxy terror groups in the Middle East and did not address Iran's humanitarian violations. Others said the deal was no good because it didn't include restrictions on Iran's ballistic missile program. And separately, a lot of people had a lot of problems with that cash being part of that separate weapons settlement with Iran, including several members of Congress who at the time said Obama did not have the power to hand over that money. But when it comes to what the JCPOA was actually about, which was Iran's nuclear program, even the International Atomic Energy Agency said Iran was complying, at least until President Trump took office and pulled the United States out of the JCPOA in May of 2018. Trump pulled the U.S. out, but never negotiated another deal with Iran during his first term. And without a deal, Iran basically restarted its nuclear program. Since 2018, Iran has repeatedly said their nuclear program remained peaceful.
So basically, you can blame Trump for that. Everything was perfectly fine until Trump came in and just abolished the whole deal. Now it's like, oh, I can basically finish what I started. And you believe that lady. Oh, then, I mean, I could show you the facts. I could definitely show you the facts. Hold on. Let's see. It's right here. And I just read most of it to you if you were paying attention. All right. Going forward. Process of no more than, I just read that one. Approximately, they basically had to have someone look over their operations, operate no more than 6,100, whatever the fuck that is. Ship out all spent fuel from the reactor. I guess it's what's kickstart this nuclear, well, whatever the case may be. It would take years. It would take years for them to build any type of nuclear weapon. It'll take years. And abide by limits on centrifuges, whatever that word is, research and development, preventing a Iranian bomb. And you can search through here, Iranian bomb, blah, 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 blah. You can look at it all through here in the fact sheet. Joint comprehension plan of reaction Iran deal. You can look this up. It's some around, let me see. Oh yeah, right here. Center for Arms Control and pro-life ratings. You can just look that up online. So there's your proof. There's your facts. I don't know what to tell you. Let's continue.
But in July 2019, the International Atomic Energy Agency verified that Iran's nuclear activities were exceeding JCPOA limits, and then things deteriorated from there. And after that strike on Iran's nuclear facilities last summer by the Trump administration, you remember that, when they obliterated the nuclear sites? Iran adopted a new law that suspended all cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency. For the record, the Strait of Hormuz was never part of Obama's nuclear deal with Iran because the Strait was never an issue. While Iran has long thought the Strait was its property, the reality is the Strait of Hormuz has been operating as an international waterway with no toll for years. Iran had no say over which ships entered or exited the Strait, at least until President Trump launched the war with Iran in late February of this year. And now, well, now you know what the situation is. So now that you know the basics of Obama's nuclear deal, and if and when President Trump announces his deal with Iran, we can have something.
Which it won't be anytime soon. The last deal that they made, he didn't like, so he bailed out on it. He said, I didn't like the deal. So they're still in an ongoing battle, which I don't think they're going balls to the wall to it, because Pakistan still wants that 60-day ceasefire, which every time they have a ceasefire, it's always something going on. It's all United States. So thought I'd just share you the proof and the facts on what the hell's going on. But that's not the obsession. That is not the obsession of why Trump is so obsessed with Obama. It's like I told you before, he looks at himself, or he was told to be better than his opponent. And who could be more smooth, more darker than Obama himself? Now, I voted for Obama not once but twice, and I got duped, but needed as it may, I have never, in the 10 years that Obama has this much length of not being in office, have I heard Donald Trump raise his voice or talk so much negativity towards Obama. He's prejudiced. Let's just clear that out the air. Dude is prejudiced. He's prejudiced towards blacks. He's prejudiced towards brown people. So are a lot of Trump supporters, MAGA supporters. Throughout the years now, ever since he's been, well, a year and a half. Let's be honest. A year and a half, we haven't seen this much impact. Saying that immigrants should lead the country, blah 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 blah. Even though immigrants don't fuck with people, it's a non-going thing. Everything has to be white. Everything has to be pure, the pure Christian heart, the pure Christian Socrates man. It's because Obama is black, plain and simple. I mean, you can look at it from that perspective. You can definitely look at it at that perspective. Not going to argue with you, but I find it to be a little bit more deeper. If you have if you have that Obama, which took office in '08 and then parted in 2016, then just imagine your senators, your mayors, your legislators, your senators, congressmen, all with different colors, all with different shades of colors. Just imagine the 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 beauty of it all. White folks particularly have a problem with that, including this dude that's in office right now. That's why I said they needed a face that said, we don't give two damns about what people say and think. And they did not want a woman in office, especially. They dare not have Michelle Obama, even though Michelle Obama wouldn't want to run, because this world is not ready for a Madam President. So what makes you think they wanted that Hillary Clinton was going to win, and or Kamala Harris? So we established that off the bat. So I had another one on fucking spin all right here. One reason. Trump is obsessed. Is it obsessed? What the fuck? Hold on. Wait. I think nope. I'll just spell obsessed the best way. Hey, like, hey, how you know? Like, sorry about this, guys. I think I'll just put that in there. Yes, Trump's weird obsession. Let's try it.
It's this weird tradition in America that you're not allowed to kill a major terrorist without having some sort of photo to commemorate the occurrence. So let's take a look at the photo that was taken as the operation was unfolding, where al-Baghdadi was killed. There you see Donald Trump in the Situation Room with a whole bunch of other men that all look suspiciously similar. And some of them are looking at the camera and some aren't. I don't know what Mike Pence is looking at. It's interesting when you can have a photo of actual people in a physical environment and it looks like
That's not AI. What I just read to you was not AI. AI is a lie, and it's a prison. It will not strengthen us. It will make us dependent upon destroying the farmlands and the data centers. I do agree that we have too many data centers, and it's going to kill the ozone. It's going to kill the ozone layer. It's going to kill the water. It just takes up too much water, and it takes up too much air. So I do agree upon you with that. But when it comes to rich people, I mean, you're gonna have to. That's mainly who you're fighting, is rich people, because rich people are going to do whatever the hell it is they want to do, unless you vote them out of existence. And who more better than to hold not Bill Gates, who am I thinking? Elon Musk accountable. It is only fitting to hold Elon Musk accountable. He's one coming out with all these. I hate these goddamn trucks. I hate these damn trucks. I hate these damn automatic, just Teslas. I just hate fucking Teslas. What did Elon Musk do? He's mainly responsible. Him and Trump. With him and Trump are back together again. mainly responsible for all the animated, I call them robotic Tesla trucks. I just hate robotics. Period. Come on, we're living in a land now where everything is just automated. You look on the phone, everything's automated. You tell your phone what to do. You tell this what to do. You can tell that what to do. It's all of it, and it's going to replace people. It's going to replace people in the job field that you're in. Case in point, look what happened. I think it's the Mac. I saw a video of, I think it was McDonald's. Nobody, no human being was working at McDonald's. No human being was working at McDonald's. But it's not, but I'll get to the robotic shit a little later. But the obsession with this, I can't cuss. I can't cuss what I really wanted to say.
The entire thing was composited in Photoshop. But that is an actual photo that supposedly was taken as the raid was going on. And it was taken for a very simple reason, because everybody remembers the photo of Obama.
That's exactly why it was taken.
And so you know that he was like, they're like, we've got him cornered. He's in a compound. Should we send him in? Yeah. Get the photographer. We need to make sure the lighting is good.
Right.
But anyway, just in case you didn't see that, here is the very classic photo of President Obama during that. And you see the Situation Room. You see Joe Biden, who will use this photo as a reminder that he's good friends with Obama. But
stop
anyway, I'm kidding. That photo.
When Obama and them went to when Obama and them went to war, how long do you think it took them before they got back to America? I can tell you this: it didn't take 80 days. Right now, under the Trump administration, we are 81 days in. 81 days in, ladies and gentlemen.
Clinton was kind of like the big, I think, focus of this photo back when we initially saw this. I thought so.
I don't know. I like the look on Obama's face. And all of them, you can see, it definitely looks composited. The people in the background do not look like they were actually there, but I'm going to move past it. Anyway, they're all looking at a monitor because supposedly this photo was taken during the actual raid. And Pete Souza, who is very famously and outspokenly the photographer of the former president, says he took 1,000 photos throughout that day. And he just chose this one to sort of publicize a little bit more because it shows the intensity of the event. Mm-hmm. And that's where we get to comparisons between the two. Because if you put up just a quick split screen, look, they're both promotional photos. Like, you have a photographer, so you can put out photos, obviously. But one is clearly more staged. I mean, Donald Trump is looking...
One is watching things unfold. The other...
Trump, and I forgot to hit on this earlier. What the hell is up with the statue? Can anybody tell me what the hell is up with this damn statue? You have the Gulf of Americas. It was used for the Gulf of Mexico. Now it's the Gulf of Americas. You can thank Trump for that. He's Jesus all of a sudden. And now he has a statue of himself, a golden statue of himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know, if you have ever went up to that statue and praised that statue like most of these nut jobs would actually do, I just want to let you know you are going to burn in hell. You can't worship idols. I mean, come on now. I just wanted to cover this because it's like deep down I already know I'm not stupid, I'm not slow, but it's like you're really doing this on purpose due to the fact that it's not because of your dad. Your dad kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Radicalized. That's what I was looking for. His father radicalized this poor young 6'4", 300-pound puppy dog who has first of all, he has a illness problem. He might be dementia. He might have dementia. He's clearly not that smart, but he knows how to read the teleprompter real good. He said 100% Trump is a false. 100% Trump is a false god. Well, hell, that's enough said. Like, share, and subscribe to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. If it's not Joe Biden, then it's Obama. But he can merely look Obama. He looked Obama in the eye in that one event where Obama just smoked, just mainly just made him feel this fucking small. And the only comeback that Trump ever had was the birth certificate. He's not from this country. He's not from America. He's from a different country. If he's from here, where's the birth certificate? I would just take the birth certificate. He was complaining. He said Obama's gonna have a nuclear bomb. He's gonna build a nuclear bomb. He's gonna take over America. He's gonna steal billions of dollars, and nobody has said anything about it. No one says anything. So that's mainly his stupid
person
is looking
posing
directly at the camera, and he's squinting his eyes to look like he has gravitas. Like, he's 100% thinking at that second about Obama's photo.
There's so many things. Like, one is one of, if not the most intelligent president we've ever had.
Probably among the more intelligent presidents we've ever had. And the other's not, but he supposedly knows PR, and so he knew he had to do this, and so then people notice weird things. Like, if you go back to the wide photo in this next shot, you're going to see that there's like Ethernet cords that are unplugged, which means one of two things. Either some of that stuff just isn't plugged in and it's just set up for the photo, or more importantly, the photographer doesn't have a situational awareness and doesn't realize that the foremost thing in the foreground are unplugged Ethernet cables.
And lucky for us, Spicy Sousa broke this all down.
Yeah, he did. So, yeah, and look, there's a lot that we're not really sure of about this, but I just want to read a bit of what Pete Sousa said.
Let's see what this. No. Nope. I just want to just to not fool you all, let's not put the wool over our eyes here. Obama is just a trick bag like everybody else. Just to not say Obama's a good guy. I didn't say he was. I just said he was a trick bag. That's all I said. And despite the fact of what's going on right now, if you held a gun to my head and said, you're either going to vote for Obama or Trump, I'll vote Obama again. Not like he's going to do shit for me anyway. Know what I mean? So, but at this former time, I would rather, I can't speak for nobody else. And by the way, November's election is coming up for the midterms. I suggest you vote and vote early. Vote early. Get there, get it done, get it out of there. I already did my voting. I'm good. So let's get there. And James Tellerico is up. He is going against Ken Paxton. So the only thing I can say about Mr. James Tellerico is good luck. Good luck. If you want to vote for him, good. I would rather you vote for Tellerico. Why? If you want Trump out, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to change these seats. If you want Trump out, if you want to replace Trump with somebody else, come I think January, you're gonna have to change these damn seats. Whoever comes behind Trump has a hell of a mess to clean up. JD Vance. JD Vance has a hell of a mess to clean up. But I don't know. He'll probably hold his nuts or something. I don't know. But let me continue with this. Oh boy. He holds the nuts. He definitely holds the nuts.
Former President Barack Obama just issued.
Wait, did I just say? Okay.
President Barack Obama sat down for an extensive interview with Stephen Colbert.
Colbert asked former President.
The president. Right, because technically it's under the executive branch. Technically, the norm is that it's independent.
The idea is that the attorney general is the people's lawyer. It's not the president's consigliere. You can't have a situation in which whoever's in charge of the government starts using that to go after their political enemies or reward their friend.
Obama did not mention President Trump by name, but he nodded to critics who say Trump has leaned on the role of Attorney General and the Justice Department to pursue investigations into his political adversaries, including former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Obama also spoke about the president's power as commander-in-chief.
There had been a whole series of norms that were in place to ensure that you weren't trying to make that military loyal to you as opposed to the Constitution.
Obama also seemed to criticize the president for using the office to advance business interests for his family and friends.
A good policy that I'd like to see followed is that the president of the United States shouldn't have a bunch of side hustles that those companies and foreign entities can invest in.
How much of that is just jealous that you didn't think of selling a sneaker? Because your sneakers were flown. You know that, right?
Even when joking about Colbert's future, the former president appeared to take a jab.
How dumb do you think it is for people to say that I should run for president?
Well, the bar has changed.
That is true.
CBS News chief Washington analyst Robert Costa joins us now to digest some of that. Bob?
I don't know, but if I were Obama, I would definitely tell him to tell Trump to just straight chill out, because you can't beat me. You can't beat me, and you're not going to beat me. So that's what I would mainly say to Trump and their crony. Now we're gonna go into something a little bit different, but like I said, if you want to look up that information, all you got to do is go to Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation. Basically, the deal that they made. Oh wait, I was on a whole nother thing. All right, and also it all says right here, fact sheet, Iran deal then and now. So it tells about the deal. You can download it for free. It tells you the deal that was then versus now. So basically just giving you all the facts. Basically just giving you all the facts. Now, to going to the obsession. Well, let me first take this down. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. 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 I'm just scrolling, going through the motions. Because we've already established people that, let's just, whites, I'm not saying all whites, but whites have a particular issue. Let's just call it white supremacy. White supremacy has a particular issue with minorities in America. Now that this fool is in office and he hasn't done shit for a year and a half, and the writing's on the wall with gas prices still high as it is, food, rent, healthcare, a lot of things being cut off. Oh, I almost forgot. A lot of what Trump cutting off funds. The most ill egregious things that he has done in the past year and a half. So let me start here. One, I think we're at 160. I believe we're at 160. 160. And this is 300 300 things that Trump has done egregiously since 2025. Ending government funding phone calls for detainees. Block released blocked release of detainees to sponsors. Executive order removing asylum. Okay. Executive order removing asylum rights for people fleeing gang violence. Stop monitoring of private detention contracts. Approve deportations of during pregnancy. Wait, approving deportations during pregnancy? Removing priority for processing family-based visas. Ending DOJ grants to help states with refugee services. Executive order permitted deportations without informing attorneys. Cut, and this is 168, by the way, cut oversight of immigration judges. So remember those particular judges that he ended up booting out? There you go. Remove limits of shackling detainees. Close legit aid hotline of immigrant. What the fuck? Reducing medical screenings for deportees. Block U.S. citizen children from sponsoring. Wait, spons. Is it sponsor? Yeah, sponsoring parents or whatever that reads. Block NGOs. I gotta look up that word. Stop NGOs access to detention health records. Defund religious service programs in detention centers. Why would you block religious money? Number 175. Improve deportation despite depending appeals. Remove requirements to provide written deportation reasons. Block release of detention abuse reports. Reduce disability reduce disability accommodations in detention. Why does it say detentions? Ending oversight of children transport contractors. Cut refugee education programs. And I just named 20. All of it is ignorant. This dude's ignorant. I don't know why you're still a Trump supporter after all of what's going on, and you're still a Trump supporter. It's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me to this day. I don't think you've learned from Pam Bondi. I don't think you even learned from any of the other Republicans that have stood up to him, stood up to this madman. But that's what power does to you. Power comes with great responsibility, and right now, this is crazy. It's just fucking crazy. And if you still if Hispanics still support him, shame on you. Now we'll repeat once more. If Hispanics still support him, shame on you.
I can make sure to hop in that queue.
Let me see. I had one. Let me see.
2000. Is there an explanation of the conceived zygote into the uterine lining? So in those circumstances, okay, your day-to-day life, he's divested away from Trump by shocking oil supply around the world and has increased the price of gas the most since the Vietnam War in a month here at home in America, to just his despicable character, ranging from rampant corruption, now getting the IRS and the federal government to vow to never investigate him for tax fraud again, to also trying to cure government on J6, to raping E. Jean Carroll, to being mentioned in the Epstein files over 1 million times. This guy needs to go to hell, not the Oval Office.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
damn.
Of course, and I do agree. I used to think Trump was way.
What is the ignorance of, and he's captured a lot. The influences have captured a lot of these young Republicans. I don't call them young Republicans. I call them young idiotic fools. But let me not tell you.
Better back in 2016, America First, all that, and especially.
People bring up, I don't know why people continue to bring up abortion. You can't tell a woman what to do with her own body. Can we just put this plug in a socket and just leave this shit alone? You're not going to tell a woman what to do. It's either don't get her pregnant or take responsibility. That's what you can do. Either don't get her pregnant or take responsibility. This whole thing going back and forth about abortion, you're not going to stop a woman from aborting a child. Straight up. If you do not want to take oh shit. I'll send you a link. If you're not going to take responsibility for your seed, and I'm not just talking to him, I'm talking to her too. If you're not going to take a responsibility for your seed, don't have the fucking kid. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Point blank, period, end of fucking discussion. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Don't get her pregnant. Do not get her pregnant. Unless she is being beaten to death with the inch of her life and is going to lose her life. Or if to the point of obsession, incest, my bad, incest. Either being beaten with the edge of her life or, you know, being raped and being incest by her family members, that will be the only time you can say, hey, do what you feel. But on those circumstances, you can't tell a woman what to do. And the only reason why certain white folks, mostly white folks, are on this abortion kick is because these motherfuckers don't want to die off. Die off real slow. Because all these other people are coming in from other countries and they look a little bit darker than you. And you're constantly catching all these diseases, but you want to blend in with all these mixtures of all these other people, African, Canadian, God damn it, Haitian, Czechoslovakia, whatever that country is. You don't want a mixed breed of people who are darker, people who don't have that pure Christian, people don't have that pure Christian white blood in them. That's what all that shit is about. If you don't want abortion, stop raping our women. Point blank, period. End of discussion. If you don't want abortion, you know, again, stop raping on women. Stop impregnating on women. Point blank, period. End of discussion.
After the stuff I've been seeing with Thomas Massey and how they basically bought that seat with the support of AIPAC and other Israeli lobbies, stuff like that. But I mean, can you also say for stuff as for gas prices? I mean, under Biden, gas prices were also looking bad. And of course, it was because of COVID and stuff. But I've also seen things saying that Trump could end up like almost taking control of oil with Venezuela and all that. And eventually gas prices will go down. So if gas prices do go down, what do you think about that?
So the first point is we did see very high gas prices under Biden, but they weren't caused by Biden. And the very high gas prices today under Trump are caused by Trump. That's the difference. That is such a big difference, right? Like imagine if you are.
By the way, Klans members who have kids don't have innocent kids.
Two relationships. Are you straight?
Yeah.
With two women. And in both of these two relationships with the two women, you had a broken arm. But the reason why your arm was broken in the first relationship was because you fell on the ground. And then the reason why your arm was broken in the second relationship is because she got really mad at you and tossed you down the stairs. who was a better girlfriend?
I mean, I see what you mean, man.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Even though you had a broken arm in both relationships, clearly the second girlfriend was the bad girlfriend because she caused your arm to be broken and the first girlfriend didn't. So similarly, yeah, we have high gas prices under Trump. We had high gas prices under Biden. Biden didn't cause them. That was caused by COVID, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the OPEC 2020 deal. Gas prices today completely caused by Trump, war in Iran, alongside about a billion other things as well.
Actually, but it's Biden's fault.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to make a boring debate or anything. I'm not a very good speaker and stuff like that, and I'm not too sure, obviously. I just turned 18 not long ago, just thinking about politics and stuff.
Do you think that you'd be better off maybe just listening to the streams?
I mean, yeah, and I was also wondering if you were going to do something on, like, a future live stream where instead of only Trump supporters, maybe people that are thinking about not supporting Trump or that did and now don't, you know?
Actually, yeah. I've been considering doing an ex-MAGA stream where we kind of hear from people that used to support Trump that no longer support Trump. But listen, tune into what we have to say here. I think it could be very valuable to you. Your points about Thomas Massie should be radicalizing, because what did Thomas Massie do?
Yeah.
He said that he didn't like war,
that's
and he doesn't like pedophilia.
That is a real good statement, Ryan. That is an absolute good statement. You know why? Because a lot of people, because a lot of men, not every man, but a lot of men, they're only well, I mean, you know what? Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100 for a second. Did that go through? Yeah, it went through. So let's keep it 100 for a second. Let's keep it 100. All men like sex, right? That's free, cut, and clear. All men, if you're not gay, like sex. Straight sex. Not all that freaky shit. I'm talking straight sex, right? So when you go to the club or whatever, what is your first bird's eye view? A woman, right? A woman who is, 5'5", thick in the thighs, or whatever your whatever your flavor is, whatever. So the first thing you look at is what? Them cakes. Uh-oh. The first thing you look at is cakes. Uh-oh. Wait, we got to delay this because we got to get a good sermon from my good friend.
We-On-Loc Nation, what up?
Hey, how you? Go ahead.
What's up?
Go ahead and preach us with your good sermons.
That's a question.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, you guys. So to all you white conservatives, why is your president building a UFC arena fight near the White House? Okay.
Good question.
Why does he want to build a UFC arena? Yeah, I said, what the heck? I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. Okay? Oh, and so to all you black conservatives out there, you're still going to be beholden to your master no matter what he does. You're going to be beholden to your master no matter what he does. So I really don't feel sorry for none of y'all. Okay? There are some white conservatives that are trying to, standing up to their pimp. But once your highness doesn't feel like you're doing what he tells you to do, he'll put you under the bus. Okay.
That'll fire you.
That's all I'm saying right now, man.
That'll fire you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're fighting, but they didn't have the ball to go against them in previous times. So they're a bunch of hypocrites, as far as I'm concerned.
That does explain why 4 women have excused themselves or gotten fired under his administration. Pam Bundy being one of them. Christy Noel being another. One just split and hit the scene because of her husband possibly passing away. And was I missing somebody? Oh yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I don't want to hear from
Yeah. You know what, Mark? Hey, Fredo Green, you didn't stand up to your pimp when he was doing all this other stuff. You went right along with it. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, Fredo Green, you're just I don't feel sorry for you not one bit. So you made your bed, you lie in it, okay? So there. And to my so-called black conservatives, you're still gonna be beholden to your master, huh? You know what? You got what you got with him. So as far as I'm concerned, you're still gonna be stuck to him no matter what he does. Okay? You know, I tried to preach to you black conservatives. I try to pray to the Lord that you black conservatives try to get away from his nuts, but you're not gonna do it. Okay? So as far as I'm concerned, you're a lost cause. Yeah, quite.
Pretty
now,
much.
As far as everybody else goes, you know, what are you going to say about this UFC arena fight near the White House one, okay? He's building it and everything else, and it's arch too. So you so-called black conservatives got what you deserve when it comes to your master, right? So there. Hey, you black conservatives, I don't know none of y'all. You're just gonna bow down to what he does, and you're a bunch of mindless robots. That's what you are. You're a slave to your master, and that's what it is.
Not slave to your master. That's too much.
Oh yeah, they're going to be a slave to him no matter what he does. So, and to the ugly idiot who thinks Jim Crow is dead, I didn't get the memo on that issue. I didn't get the memo on that issue. So you got to be on some kind of drug or something. So there. And
he serves.
You know what? To the guy back to that black conservative who thinks the favorite Jim Crow is dead. You living under a rock. You're just beholden to your master no matter what he does. So that's it for me right there. And before I go, in the famous words of Captain Murtaugh, I'm getting too old for this shit. Bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the sermon from the great Tanya from Hammer Nation. And I wish I had a goddamn soundboard. Anyway, let's continue. Jasmine, what you talking about up in here? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. What you talking about up in here? Confused as to what they got. Many of them are quite wealthy. I think that's the problem. Some people let wealth go to their head a little bit further up their rear end. I mean, think about it. You're going to poison the water. Surprise. You're going to poison the air. You're going to poison the air, making all these goddamn data centers. And you're going to basically suck out a lot of water. And most cities and most states are mostly desert, especially out here in the Pacific Coast area. It's nothing but desert. You have to buy water bottles, and who knows how safe those water bottles really are. So I don't, but I want to be fair. I don't know if you're for or against. You know, I don't know if you're for, against Trump, or you're for or against Democrats. I really don't know. So I'm gonna leave judgment. I'm gonna leave the judgment. I'm gonna be fair. Put it that way. I'm gonna be fair. They didn't have to beg for handouts. So with this statement, I am going to assume that you are Republican. I'm going to assume that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and continue.
And because he doesn't like war or pedophilia, he's now kicked to the curb, and according to Trump, the worst congressman in the history of the U.S. What does that tell you about Trump?
That's such a crazy statement. Like, actually, in of itself, Thomas Massey is the worst, to Trump, by the way, to Trump, is the worst candidate in history for Congress. There's not been another person in the history of Congress that's been worse.
Like come on. What does that tell you about Trump?
One example.
He's the
Not even
worst
Joe Biden, right?
congressman in history for being anti-war and anti-child rape.
Yeah, he's worse than Joe Biden, worse than Kamala Harris.
Because those are the only two ways that he's divested from the Trump admin. He divested away from Trump by voting.
I know. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. If you like the video, go and give it a thumbs up and go and support the channel vis-a-vis through Super Chat or Cash App. Things are a little bit slow due to we're still waiting on him. We're still waiting on Trump to go ape shit and possibly press the button and make the greatest mistake of his life. We're still waiting on that. Politics, again, that's all anyone talks about like it matters. Well, first of all, it matters because no one wants to talk about black and white. No one wants, and especially no one wants to continuously talk about manospheric red pill idiotic BS. Nobody wants to talk about that either. Unless we want to talk about, I don't know, UFOs or some shit. I mean, it's clearly up to you. Because it doesn't matter to me either way. So, with that being said, I mean, if you have a particular problem with it, I mean, take it up with your congressman, take it up with the people that, I don't know if you're, I don't want to be judgmental because I don't know if you're a Republican or Democrat or independent. You just want to stick to a different type of script. I've been there and done that already. I don't want to continuously talk about man and woman's problems. A man and a woman are going to have their problems to the end of time, at the end of the earth, until a rock comes and hits the goddamn power plant and just hits everything. And then we won't have nothing to talk about but radiation. Either we going to heaven or hell, or we're still down here on Earth sucking all that radiation and dying slowly from the radiation. None of your... Oh, it's none of my business? Oh, it's none of my business? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I got you, partner. I got you, buddy. Then go ahead and sit in the corner and whine. All right? Just go ahead and sit in the corner and whine. Okay, now... oh, yeah, okay. What? Let me see. Oh, where was I with that? Oh, that's kind of a shame that someone reads didn't have to beg for handouts and immediately attribute such trail to a Democrat. That's why I asked you, and I asked you in honesty, are you a Republican or a Democrat? Now, I really don't care either way. It's just a question. It's just a question. I'm not trying to, disrespect you or anything. I was just ask the question. That's all they ever talk about. It's quite annoying, to be honest. What's annoying? Wait. Okay. If it's so annoying, okay, I got you. Because I want to be fair. I want to be fair and I want to be honest. I want to be honest, okay? So go ahead, hit the link, and we can obviously we can have a discussion if you would like. You can't just sitting there just lillygag in the chat. Can't have a little lillygag in the fucking chat on it. You said black and white. You said black and white was never spoken of. No, I never said that. I said we always speak about black and white and all this other shit, and people get offended when I mention black and white. People get offended, so I try to switch it up. Me personally, if I choose to, let's say, go into a rant or something and start cussing up a storm and say, all you pieces of shit, white folk, piece of white trash, yada yada yada, y'all going to y'all get all real timid. I was like, if the shoe fucking fits, wear it. But I'm trying to get to a place of mere understanding. I don't have to, but I would like to. I would definitely like to. So, but are you and the rest of I'm not saying all of you, but are you giving me a chance to have an understanding of where you're coming from? Obviously not. Aren't we doing that? No, unless you're kind of sincere. But I wouldn't know because I can read minds. I can't read chats too much because it's a mixture of feelings. Like, for example, Trump building. I mean, Trump gonna do what he do. If he builds a wall in front of the White House and has titanium over the White House, if he builds that stupid ass ballroom which is coming out of y'all taxpayers' money, then he can do whatever the hell he wants to do unless somebody stops him. And unless somebody stops him, then how do you stop him? How do you stop a person with this much power? Vote. And start voicing. Start making your attention known. Like what I said to you earlier, early voting. Do some early voting. Like I did. And everybody, you don't like the vote. I just voted 2 days ago. I just voted 2 days ago. Make those seats blue. And if you want Trump out of there, they're going to have enough for an impeachment. And when they get an impeachment, good night. Good night, Diane. See you later. And if you want to get an impeachment, then you're going to have to turn them seats blue. And when they get the impeachment, when the House when those seats in Congress turn blue, then it's on to impeachment. It is on to impeachment. Why do you want it to stay red? You don't really want it to stay red. Misunderstood statement. It's talked about a lot. Well, whenever you're ready, I'll be up here for a few say 45 more minutes. Whenever you're ready.
For the release of the Epstein files and helping Ro Khanna draft the Epstein Files Transparency Act, and he's divested away from Trump by being against his war in Iran. He doesn't want to be Israel's little lapdog.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I think all the lobbying stuff with Israel is just insane, and he's definitely one of the Republicans I supported the most, I'd say.
Then you're not a Trump supporter. Yeah. You got to pick a team, Massey or Trump.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird because, like, I wouldn't say I'm really much of a Democrat.
He thinks Massey's worse than Hillary Clinton, too.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Eric, I appreciate you for coming up. I'm going to send you back. Cease for Israel.
Do you have any idea what that war in Iran over in Israel? And Tehran is. You don't know what it is about over there. Because we're trying to straighten out this country. We're trying to get them away from communism over there. We're trying to get cheaper gas.
Dude, they're literally terrorist authoritarians.
Ronald, have you seen your gas prices recently?
You're going to come down.
When are they going to come down?
As soon as this war is over, and I think he's going to end it.
It's been 80 days. Excuse me, 81 days.
Pretty soon.
Wait, so Trump started the war, right?
Is alt-right.
So
Ronald, did Trump start the war?
No, he did not.
No, he didn't?
That started back under Bush's administration.
What? So you think that Biden was at war with Iran?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
My God.
So you think Trump under his first term was at war with Iran? He thinks Obama was at war with Iran? You think everyone since Bush was at war with Iran? How?
He wasn't even an American citizen.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yeah.
And he's
wait, who's not an American citizen?
He's married to a man.
And he's married to a man.
Is that Jill?
No, I'm talking about Obama. He's married to a man.
Wait, is that Jill in the background?
No, that's my wife.
Is her name Jill?
No, it's Marilyn.
Why y'all gotta mess with it, Michelle? What up with that? Why you gotta mess with Michelle, yo? Do y'all okay? In the chat, do y'all believe she's a man? Let's settle this once and for all. Do you believe that Michelle Obama is a man? Yes or no? That is crazy, bruh.
Okay.
Who the hell's Jill?
Sorry, I thought you sounded different than you did. I apologize. I thought it was Joe for a second.
I fought for this country. I was over in
Do you mind if I ask you? Do you mind if I ask you a question, Ronald?
What's that?
Do you have any evidence that Obama is not an American citizen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was born in Kenya. I even talked to somebody from Kenya who told me so.
So if you talk to an American that tells you he was born in America, then you believe them too, right?
He was not born in America.
Okay. All right. Do you think that maybe like Nam fried your brain a little bit, my friend?
No, it did not.
Okay. Nam killed my great uncle.
After I got out of service, I became a deputy sheriff.
Were you drafted in Nam?
No, I was not. I was in the United States Air Force.
You know, so was my great uncle. He was in the Air Force.
I was a master sergeant.
So was my great uncle, and he died in service. He's one of the 500 MIA.
Okay, I was a medic on a helicopter.
So was he. Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, we're gonna settle this here now. And once again, I can't believe I'm defending Obama. He is black. If his dad is Kenyan from Africa, he's black. Dark will always dominate the light. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
That's actually nuts.
I know all about war. I know all about how to treat the American people.
You did exactly what my
Africans ain't black. Then what? Okay, Africans ain't black. Then what the fuck are they? I might agree with you there. You know what? As a matter of fact, I will agree with you because black is not a color. So I will dial it back. I will definitely dial it back. Black is not a color. You're right.
My great uncle did. He was one of the 500 MIA. Listen, somebody in the chat said, "Is this your uncle?" No, my uncle has a brain. Well,
oh really?
Yeah. Now, the reason why I'd suggest that you don't have a brain is because it seems to be the case that you have just been bought into the most vapid, wild, conspiratorial nonsense ever. Maybe it's because you just kind of sit on the couch all day and watch Fox News. But what I will tell you is that Michelle Obama is not a man; she's a woman. You just like to masculinize.
Y'all hate. Y'all straight hate. Y'all are straight hating.
Isn't it funny
Ronald, how do you
the right will whine and complain at
Obama pushing that race agenda. How is Obama a melanated brother pushing a race agenda? How's it going on? Like I said,
yeah, literally an AI edited
Michael,
video.
not Michelle. Michael, that was his best friend in college.
No, Ronald.
Which he didn't go to college in the United States.
You've been sold a delusion. You have no evidence for this at all. How do you even come to this determination? Can I just make claims about you? You know what, Ronald? I think you weren't born in America.
Number one, Obama is not rich. He just has the respect, but he just has the respect of the secret agent service. No more, no less. He is not rich. Now, Trump, with his evil ass, is rich. Of how much money he has taken, how much money he's stolen, and he cannot be held accountable. The IRS cannot hold him accountable anymore. And we're still talking about Obama? That's crazy.
I think you were born somewhere else, and I have no evidence for that. I think you were born on Mars, okay? And you were born along there with Trump. Trump is orange. Okay, that's why.
Oh, Ronald! Yo, we got Ronald on camera, dude.
Ronald, I can see you're from Mars.
You can pay him to do whatever you want him to do.
No, not from Mars.
He must be from Venus.
You know, he's from... I ain't gonna mention.
Hey, Ronald, can I ask you a question?
What? So you...
In society...
We're actually pointing ourselves towards recorded American history than Trump. Inflation conversation about the state of the U.S. economy, the state of the manufacturing.
Come on, dude. I mean, just think about it. You have somebody right there that you can talk to, and they will communicate with you without arguing, without bitching and complaining. I mean, think about it. You can tell it to do whatever you want it to do without bitching and complaining. You know what I mean? I mean, you're gonna pay. I mean, I don't know how much a AI woman would be. I wouldn't know. Hell, it might feel better than a human being. You never know. If they are willing to go through to lengths to making a human, this is, I can't believe I'm talking about this. If they are willing and able, you know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Donate $1, donate 50 cents, whatever you can give is much appreciated. If they are willing to go through lengths to make a person's emotionally and stimulating feel good, and it's AI, why not? I hope it doesn't malfunction on your ass. But what's the alternative? What is the alternative? You can't have a family and you can't have kids. So the reduction of having a family goes down rapidly. There's no emotion there. Everybody's lonely. That's what I can say to AI. Obama is going to jail soon. Anyway.
Industries within the U.S. economy, okay? And suddenly, all of a sudden, when I give you data to prove you wrong, right? Like the facts from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, which prove there to be
Yeah, but that'll be a trip. I mean, of all the iPhones we get and how much we spend time with our phones, I can definitely see it. We spend more time on our phones than be with our family. That's the truth.
Dean, can a scared moron have 2 arms and 2 legs? Yeah, a scared moron can have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a name tag that says Liam. Go ahead and respond to the economic analysis, please.
Yeah, so Donald Trump has brought in 17 with a T, 17 trillion.
Hey, Montrese, you want a AI girl? Thank you for the gold coin, my bro. Thank you very much. Hey, you want an AI girl? Hey, let me feel that AI puss. Ooh, it's kind of squishy, and you believe in that too. Until it starts malfunctioning.
Dollars in new investment. Oh yeah, use that. Use the typewriter there. So look at how you're going to get dog walked. How much did the Biden administration bring in?
Do you know how to do math?
Oh my God, this guy. What source is this? What source
is this? This is the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. So these are the 4 years under the Biden-Harris administration, and then this is the year and a half under the Trump administration. So what we see is that under Biden and Harris, investment into manufacturing went boom, and every single financial quarter under Trump, investment has gone down.
Wait a minute, back up, look at.
First and foremost, Jazz, if I can't I want to be careful with my words. If I can't satisfy her, if I can't hear moans and screams, it's not real. Just want to let you know. But that's just my personal preference. I don't know about any of you in the chat, but I want something that's real, in my opinion. Mom.
Look at that right there. Do you see where you're at right there? So you're showing me what? 2020, I can't see that. What is it? 2020 what? 2021?
Reading glasses?
Yeah, it's small print, bro. Read it off. It's 20. I see 20.
You know who else? You know what else has a small print?
You're such a child. No, was this before or after the 9% inflation? Where are we at here?
Okay, so this is real private fixed investment, which means it accounts for inflation. Try again.
Okay, so if you look at the graph, okay, right? And if you're looking at an all-time recession that Biden put us in with his inflation, okay, during the pandemic.
Yeah, thank you.
Wait, inflation and recession. Wait, inflation put us in a recession. That's not, buddy, that's not how recessions work. So typically during recessions, we have deflation because a recession is defined as 2 quarters of negative GDP growth. However, you could, of course, have stagflation during a recession like we saw during the 70s with the oil crisis. But that was a really idiotic claim to make.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Wait.
But keep in mind, I just want to know what your response is to this graph that shows the largest boom in investment into American manufacturing, accounting for inflation, by the way. Tina, thank you for the Leon the Kitten, in recorded American history that then Trump killed.
How much?
If
How
you
much
want the
did
economy,
he add
you want the
in new
stock market to
investment?
be better.
Yeah, he started
get
in
Trump out of office.
Q1 of 21 at $66 billion quarterly to then Q4 of 2024 at $148 billion quarterly. But that was actually after Trump won the election and investors got disincentivized
Trump's at
because of his
17
proposition.
trillion right now, so you're absolutely out of your mind.
So if he's getting more investment, then why is it going down?
17 trillion in new investment.
So if Trump is getting new investment, then why is it going down every quarter, please?
Because it takes time, Mr. Withers.
No, actually,
okay?
investment doesn't.
You're an impatient liberal.
So investment is the thing that doesn't take time. Investment is the thing.
And did I tell you his approval ratings are in the shitter?
That you do immediately, and then it's like capitalizing off of that investment that takes time.
No.
Can you show me the $7 trillion that Trump has brought in?
17 trillion.
Yeah,
y'all keep bitching and you keep bitching and moaning to me about freaking Biden. I'm gonna do a Biden versus Trump video, and I'm gonna put them all together, and I'm going to link them up, and I'm going to tell you who was better. Who the United States was better under what administration? Biden's or Trump's? And guess what? I voted for neither one of them.
Show me that, please. Show me that, please. Be a good boy. Show the source to Dean.
I don't have another device on me right now, so no, I'm not going to teach.
You're just saying words.
My phone.
So if you can make a claim without evidence, I could dismiss a claim without evidence. Next.
Hey, let me see if I can find another device here around, and then I'll try to do that. But go ahead. Let's continue. What else? What else have you been lying about lately?
Well, I mean, it looks like I just exposed you for being a liar. You can't even give me a source of the claim that you made is true, Liam. Bad boy.
That doesn't mean that I'm a liar because I'm not bringing up a source, dude. Don't do that.
It means that you're saying shit to say it. When I'm...
Well, if you like this chat, that means you like this video. If you like this video, why don't you hook a brother up? Hook a brother up with $2. Hook it up in the chat. Or look it up in the super chat. Give a brother $2 if you like it.
The one that can bring up a source to show you that every single financial quarter so far under the Trump administration investment has gone down. Back to the question. Name one macroeconomic variable that is better off today than it was a year and a half ago under Biden.
I told you, dude. I told you right now that Donald Trump, you cannot change the projection of the economy in our country within a couple of years when you were already...
So you're saying that we saw bad trends from Biden that are now continuing under Trump. How many jobs did we add to the economy in 2024?
I don't know the exact number.
2.2 million. How many jobs did we add to the economy in 2025? 170,000. So just to be clear, that we had a bad trend of 2.2 million jobs being added to the economy that like totally wasn't actually a good trend. That was then destroyed by Donald Trump the next calendar year, where he then added less jobs in a year than Biden added per month. No, we had great economic trends under the Biden-Harris administration after we rebounded from the pandemic. And Donald Trump destroyed them all, and I just gave you undeniable evidence of it. We saw the creation of 2.2 million jobs in 2024 under Biden. Those were historic job numbers. We saw 250-year historical low levels of unemployment, which was great considering the fact that we had just rebounded from a pandemic that included the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression over 100 years ago. All right. And then Donald Trump fucks it all up and adds less than their monthly average over the course of the next calendar year. Okay. So clearly.
So Dean, listen, you made a really good point. I think you didn't take one thing into account. This was awesome that you brought all this up. Can you do like a search for me and say, how long during a bad economy does a United States citizen file for unemployment? Now, if you take that into consideration and you look at how many individuals after the pandemic happened filed for unemployment, were definitely unemployment, and went until they were kicked off, okay, or otherwise no longer eligible for unemployment. Dean,
Everyone that loses a debate with me always asks if I'm drinking, and you don't want to be part of that crew, okay?
I think that you actually, that's honestly a pretty good rhetorical strategy from you. Get fucking shit-faced, embarrass yourself and alive, and then when the person points out the fact that you're shit-faced and embarrassing yourself and alive, say everybody I destroyed in the debate calls me out for getting shit-faced and embarrassing myself and alive. That's a pretty good tactic. I enjoy it, man.
Does Waterloo have alcohol in it?
No, but I think you have alcohol in it.
But you
probably pour like a little tequila over the Waterloo, whatever the fuck that is.
Do you even know what you're saying? But no, you have alcohol in it?
You have alcohol in it. Like you have alcohol in the drink. If you were sober, you would understand what I'm saying. Thank you for proving that you're fucking shit-faced.
You know what? That's
No, I'm not drinking, and I haven't drank at all today. Zero. Absolutely zero.
Okay. All right. Total chaos.
That's Dean Withers. He's debating some idiot. So, but if you want to debate him, you can go ahead. That's fine.
Dude, no, I don't. I honestly, why would I drink? What time is it? California right now? It's not even 5 o'clock. I mean, I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but no, you've heard that. It's not even 5 o'clock. Dude, I'm not drinking.
Dude, you sound like Biden on the debate stage against Trump.
I know, that's crazy.
Oh my
right?
God, dude, calm down.
The guy that lied to the American people about
off that bot, dude. Come on, what are we doing?
So
do you think you would have an obligation to tell your chat and the people that support you if you were sick with like cancer?
No.
No? These people that are paying for your life and expect you to debate these MAGA weirdos to come up here, and they pay loads of money to you to keep you online. They love and respect you. You don't think you have an obligation to tell them that you're healthy or not?
Yeah, literally no.
Wow. So Biden held no responsibility to tell the American people he was sick or not?
16.6 million jobs. 16.6 million jobs that Biden has created. How can these be fraudulent? How can any of these jobs be fraudulent? I think he's stuck on that. I think he's still stuck on that Minnesota bullshit. When these people had a daycare center, and one of them was Muslim, and the Muslim had a daycare center and all that other shit. So we ain't paying too much attention to that. We really ain't. How many jobs were created on the Biden? Not all of them were fraudulent. But if you take out all the fraudulent, you need to go around. Okay. Okay, let's just write this up. How many jobs under Biden were fraudulent? I don't think you. No, I'm not going to even go there with you because you might be super sensitive if I ask you. Not going to do it. So we're going to the Labor Department. Labor Department admits. Let me say. Labor Department of Defense. Labor Department admits hundreds of thousands of jobs of thousands of Biden's jobs were fake. Let's read. Oops. Biden administration claims to have added mostly 400,000 jobs from July through September of last year. but new data suggests that none of these jobs ever existed. And this is from the Hedging Fund. This is from the Hedging Fund. Mostly reported that overestimated the number of jobs during those 12 months and were revised down by nearly 600,000. Trump was elected to fix our. Now, you know that this is fraudulent when I read it. Hedging Fund. Let's see if a real. Let me see this next one. Was Biden's administration revising jobs report fraud? No. I'm not trying to read from something that's basically biased. The government revised job numbers annually as more information becomes available. Under President Donald Trump falsely states in Milwaukee, get away, go. Former President, or at the time, former President Donald Trump falsely stated in Milwaukee that the Biden administration fraudulently claimed to have created 818,000 jobs. 1,800,000 jobs. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics announced August 21st of 2024 in accordance with usual practice. It estimates the annual benchmark revision of job numbers. The revision will occur February of 2025. The estimated said that the number of jobs added into the year ending in March 31, 2024 was approximately 818,000 jobs. Fewer than had been previously shown in monthly reports. Monthly figures came from employer surveys, and annual revisions come from unemployment records. Economists across the ideological spectrum said that a revision was I can't even read that, sorry. But it doesn't say anything else. It doesn't say anything else specifically. Hold on. It doesn't say anything else specifically. And I'm looking for the actual specifics. Donald Trump falsely accused. Donald Trump he got his shit and everything. Department of Labor. No. How many jobs were created under Biden? Let's see. We gonna get some facts today. President Biden terms coordinating a large net increase of U.S. employees. Officially, Bureau of Labor Statistics totals the size of multiplying outlet shows roughly 16.6 million. I read that. No. Since 2021 and December of 2024, the the largest single-term gain on record. But analytically, partially agreed that it wasn't new jobs created, but policy versus jobs returning after COVID area losses, with independent fact checkers and progressional critics yielding important context. What the headline numbers state. Okay, I'll just basically go on this. BLS based total frequency cited by the administration impressed aggressive net non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll during Biden's presidency, around 16.6 million jobs over 4 years. A figure characteristics as the largest single-term increase in the modern data center. And what is that blocking? Anyway, the largest standard data series. Other report table summaries put 3-year and multi-year gains in the same ballpark. Econofact counters 14.6 million net jobs in Biden's first 3 years. Blah 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 blah. Game analysis, and so basically, I'm just gonna say a lot of jobs were created, and the proof is in the pudding. So now, do you want to go to Obama, or are we done being so goddamn curious? But then again, Republicans are gonna have something to say. So I wasted my whole time with that. Let's just get back to.
He did?
No, he didn't.
He did not?
Yeah. He would have had that obligation if he didn't drop out of the race.
Oh my gosh, chat! Wow! Wow! This is crazy. You guys talk about Trump's cognitive abilities, and he needs to have these tests constantly because he cannot track. But I'm asking you, you're such a hypocrite, man. This is crazy work. Chat.
So prostate
I should
cancer.
walk away and take the W right now.
I
should walk away and take the W.
So prostate cancer doesn't necessarily impact an individual's cognitive capabilities.
Damn, I did it again.
And if it were to impact an individual's cognitive capabilities, it's because they started treatment for the prostate cancer. But he actually started treatment for the prostate cancer after he left office. I would agree with you that he definitely would have had an obligation to inform the American people about his prostate cancer, given that he didn't drop out of the race. Yeah, but given that he did drop out of the race, I actually support him in his move to wait for a public announcement on that until after Harris had lost, because of course, this would have just been another thing that Trump supporters found a way to use against Harris, the same way they used to.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't like James Tallarico. I respect James Tallarico. I don't like him. I respect him. I don't know if he's going to win, but everybody else is winning. And the only way you guys can win is to cheat. The only way you can win is to cheat. So, I mean, you can redistrict the maps. You can fake put on an asana that this war is going to end by our hands. You can do whatever it is you want to do. But I guarantee you, Trump will be out again in January.
race against her gender against her, right? Republicans are willing to take it to any length whatsoever. But I actually want to ask you a question. If Biden had an obligation to tell the American people about his prostate cancer, do you think that Donald Trump has an obligation to tell the IRS about his, tax returns? Because seemingly he doesn't. Now we have a new system of justice in this country where the IRS and the federal government are barred from investigating or auditing Trump for any taxes that he has or has not paid at any point in his past. The laws apply to you and me, but they don't apply to him. That is a brazenly corrupt move from the president, and that cements him as the most corrupt president of your life.
Not to mention? What do you say? Not to mention? Is that what you're saying? Mention? What did you say there? Are you slurring your words? Have you been drinking, Dean?
So I don't think that you're understanding my words because you've been drinking. The point that I'm making is clear. We see that Donald Trump has now created a new system of justice that...
This is how y'all act. This is how y'all act. Life is going to be easier from here on in. If this is how Republicans, so-called Republicans, or alt-rightists, I don't know. Trump need to keep his eye on the prize and start thinking about this economy. And speaking of economy, how are your gas prices? How are your gas prices looking so far? Trump settled out a lawsuit, a few billions. He settled out a few billions to himself because he sued himself, sir. You talking about the $1.8 billion? Or should I say the 1776 or something like that, thinking you're free and independent when you know you're not?
Applies to us, but doesn't apply to him, right? And that's brazenly corrupt.
So is Donald Trump's, for lack of a better words, is he getting a pardon for his taxes for his past and his future?
Not your tax money.
So it's not a pardon, because a pardon would be something that the president gives a person once they're found guilty of a crime. He's just getting a get-out-of-jail-free card for any taxes.
Okay, sure, we get it, bro. We get
right?
it, yeah.
The IRS literally can't investigate him for tax fraud.
Okay, great. That's for that's for the rest of his life. Is that right?
Some lawyers say yes to that question. AP says no. So I think it's unclear.
No, that's actually in the if you read
don't work with me.
The paperwork there that was given him, I think it's through the IRS. Yeah, it doesn't clarify and say that he is exempt from anything in the future at all. So are you in that? I'm going to say you got out of that one. You did okay on that one, Dean. So usually, good on you, bro.
So usually if it doesn't clarify, that's why a lot of lawyers are saying that it never expires. But I don't care, because either way, it's still brazenly corrupt. Like, do you agree that the same tax law that applies to you should also apply to the president?
My turn.
Could you just answer the question, you drunk old man?
No, I did answer the question, but still my turn. My turn.
The question is, do you agree that the same tax law that applies to you should also apply to the president?
Yes, I think it should. However,
right, but then Donald Trump got his loyalists, okay, Todd Blanche, the acting director of the DOJ, that literally fell in love with Trump. Okay, sign off on the DOJ and the IRS never investigating him again for any taxes paid up until this point in his life.
The government.
There was a lot. This is so corrupt.
The government, under the direction,
he crept over here.
DOJ would never be weaponized against you or me with our taxes the way that they came after Donald Trump.
You whoop white folks at the Alamo, they whooped your ass with that ink pen.
Against Trump. Can you please give me a clear example? The Biden-Harris administration weaponizing the DOJ against Trump?
Yeah, I think when they came after him for the exact same thing that Biden did with the documents, with classified documents that were sitting in his secure bathroom in his Mar-a-Lago or whatever. He was hiding them out in his bathroom.
Okay. Did they find documents in his bathroom?
All you Trump
found
lovers.
documents in Mar-a-Lago.
All you Trump lovers is something else, bro. All you Trump little, my goodness. 80-year-old man can't even control himself, can't even control his own temperament. It's quite crazy. Trump has made billions while in office. That alone is corrupted. Exactly. And by the way, when is he going to pay Eugene Carroll? When is he going to pay Eugene Carroll her money? You know he lost the Silver Court years ago, right? A couple of years ago, I should say. He's cutting things that were paid by the company, not by your taxes. And won't even pay up and won't even have the guts to pay reparations. God damn.
Okay, so it seems
you know what Trump said about his own daughter. Let me not go there. Let me not go there.
It's like that. Would it be weaponization of the DOJ because he was intentionally concealing documents at his private estate? You can't say that Donald Trump plausibly committing a crime, then plausibly getting investigated for that crime.
Is it not true?
Is weaponization of the DOJ, right? Like it or not.
Not true
like,
that Melania.
Do we agree that the federal authorities
is it not true
had
that
probable
Melania
cause for an investigation of his crime? And by the way, this also happened to Biden.
Trump?
Like the same investigation also happened into Biden. So was a DOJ weaponized against Biden?
No, that's not the thing.
But you said it was the same investigation.
Yeah, but I think that it was.
So when it happens against Trump, it's weaponization. When it happens against Biden, it's not weaponization. Hypocrite, get fucking cornered. No,
bro, that's not. I think that was directed under the Biden administration. Okay,
prove it.
Versus just under the DOJ. Okay, I believe in the way. I will. Okay, was Melania Trump upset with the Bidens?
Prove it.
I am proving it. You can shut your mouth and listen, young man. Yeah, daddy speaking. That means you listen.
This guy's so fucking cringe. Cornball. Holy.
This bitch.
Can daddy finish?
Ew, you're cornball. What the fuck? You're a
everyone.
weirdo. What, dude? We got a cornball on the live.
Trump is going to jail. The 34th convicted felon.
Donald Trump has every right to be proud of his daughter. Is downright cringeworthy, like on The View in 2006.
Said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop.
You know what? You are sick.
Far from protecting his daughter from being talked about as a sex object, he has encouraged it multiple times. On Howard Stern's radio show in 2004 and then again in 2006.
By the way, your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of ass. She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
In May, Ivanka described herself as a feminist while defending her father on CBS after a scathing New York Times. In May, Ivanka described herself.
She looks more voluptuous than ever. Can I say this? A piece of ass. 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 She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
In May, Ivanka described herself as a feminist while defending her father on CBS after a scathing New York Times article about his alleged negative treatment of women.
Is there unending commentary on the female form?
No. I've known my father obviously my whole life, and he has total respect for women.
Please welcome the lovely Ivanka Trump.
Still, even Ivanka seemed confused when talk show host Wendy Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Donald Trump has always been proud of his daughter.
I'd call collect to his office. I was probably, 10 years old. He would pick up the phone every single time, and he'd put me on speakerphone. It wouldn't be a long conversation. He'd introduce me to whoever was in his office.
And he was front row when Ivanka took to the catwalk during her short-lived career as a fashion model. Still, Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, "Yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, her father."
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Yeah, she's hot.
Ivanka continues to defend her father and has said he is not sexist. Earlier, her
Who the hell want to say that about their own child? But y'all are Trump supporters. Y'all support this type of riffraff. Okay, cool. Boy, there's some sick people in this world, boy. God damn, there's some sick people in this world. God, it's sick. Just fucking sick. Ugh. Disgusting. Anyway, continue.
Holy shit. Wow, you're cringy as hell, man. Wow. I would be so embarrassed if I was you. Can daddy finish, kitten? Says like the 45-year-old man alive in front of over 15,000 people to a 21-year-old just trying to have a political debate. God damn. I think he's leaving. I think that Liam is leaving right now. I would leave too, because that was really bad. That was like really, really bad. Ew.
He's more than a goddamn pedo.
Yes, he's leaving. He left. He left. He got so embarrassed he left. At least he knows it. Like, I'm happy that we know that Trump supporters feel this phenomena of embarrassment. Because frankly, up until this point, I've been unconvinced that it's something that they
let's get this
can like experience. Honestly,
there's 3
like we usually don't see Trump's.
We need 3 impeachments. One, we need an impeachment from Trump. We need an impeachment from John Roberts, Chief Justice John Roberts, and that hideous of a thing, that coon Clarence Thomas. That's 3 impeachments.
Supporters experiencing embarrassment on this live, but I think he did. He knew he took it a step too far. Well, sobriety test. Why else would he be up? Bring up others accusing him of drinking. This idiot is projecting. No, I think he was like actually drunk. Haley, thank you for the test. That's. Why are you doubting that? Advocating for the genocide of 90 million people.
Actually, they should have nuked Vietnam. Because the Viet Cong was just as bad as the Vietnamese.
Ron, that would be genocide. Like, do you think
them people were evil over there?
Which I don't believe. I don't believe him anymore. I don't believe Trump anymore when he says he wants to commit genocide on Iran. If he does it, he does it. Let's just see what happens. And if say he does it, then we are screwed. So yeah, that yeah. Let's just see what happens. Why do you think he's leaving the infrastructure alone? I don't know. You tell me. He hasn't fucked with anything since the day he been inaugurated. He hasn't messed with anything. Genocide is genocide. It is always wrong. Wrong when if happened to the Jews, and wrong now with Gaza. Wait, what's going on with Gaza? I haven't been updated on Gaza yet. I haven't been updated on Gaza. What's going on with Gaza? What is going on with Gaza? Now, I don't want to listen to this sick shit. No, fuck. Cut this shit off. All that shit is sick. You mean the Americans back Israel was being protested against? Oh. Well, there ain't nothing they can do. Listen, the only thing that can be done is that he be impeached. And how do you impeach him? Just like I said before, and I'll say it again. Those seats got to turn blue. You need about 5 or 6 more seats. You need about 5 or 6 more seats. Iranians were protesting their own government in Islamic region in Islamic regions. That's why they killed all those people. I was over. Yeah, that guy was propped up for America. Propped up by America. So what specifically you guys blabbering about? You still blabbing about Iran? I thought they were still battering over the Strait of Hormuz. I thought they were still battling over that. I thought they were still battling on the Strait of Hormuz. What's the update? Did anything change? Probably not. No. Nothing. Nothing is going to change, but if the U.S. government does not get involved in war. Wait, did you just say? Okay, I'm gonna read the questions and then I got. Let me ask a question first. Isn't Trump part of the government? Doesn't Trump control the government? Yes or no? Does he control? Oh, I lost it. Does he control the government? Yes or no? I just about to claim. They claim it's for the right reasons, and all we ended up doing is stealing oil. Yes. But he said, drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. And we haven't struck dirt yet. We haven't struck mud. We haven't even struck this color. We haven't even struck this that color. Amen. It's world famous and that. Man, this is some good discussions. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You guys are great, man. Even though we can agree to disagree, you guys are great. You put me up on game, something that I really kind of don't know about. But I do know this. If China does not if China does not import their oil soon, it's going to be a problem. If they don't port their oil soon, and I'm talking real soon, it's going to be a problem for Iran. It's going to be a fucking problem. Let's see. Any updates thus far? Let's see if there are any fucking updates. Nope. No updates. Nope, because they're going over the president. They're going to the midterms. They're just discussing midterms right now. And Ken Paxton is winning by 62.5 versus John Cornyn, which is 37.5. Yeah, no other shot. No shot whatsoever. Hold on. I think I might find.
The U.S. Central Command says that the U.S. military conducted self-defense strikes targeting Iranian missile launch sites as well as boats around the Strait of Hormuz. The attacks come as Washington and Tehran continue negotiating as they may be closer than ever to ending the war. The disputes remain over Iran's nuclear program and the lifting of sanctions. President Trump laying out his plans for destroying Iran's enriched uranium, or nuclear dust, as he often refers to it as saying that it will be either transported to the U.S., dealt with on site, or taken to another acceptable location. I want to go now to CNN's Sama Abdulaziz joining me from London. Sama, you're also closely following the current and ongoing trip of Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Is he offering any insight into where the U.S. and Iran are running into issues right now?
My bad. I didn't know I was on mute.
Well, it seems like by the hour, America is either on the precipice of full-blown war with Iran or about to get a peace deal, depending on who you're speaking to and what's just happened that hour. You mentioned the strikes, of course, around the Strait of Hormuz. Those just happened a few hours ago. We do have more information on where those occurred, with CENTCOM saying that they targeted missile launch sites in Iranian boats attempting to place mines. The statement went on to say that the U.S. is working to defend its forces while using restraint. Now, a note here, of course, there is a ceasefire that is in place now. Violations have happened in the past and the ceasefire has carried on. So unclear how this will impact that at this point. But we do now have a statement from Iran's supreme leader. Before I read it out to you, I want to make clear that this is a written statement from the supreme leader, and it could have been written before these strikes occurred. Let me read out that statement to you. The United States not only will no longer have a safe haven for its mischief and for establishing military bases in the region, but day by day it is growing more distant from its former status. Again, an indication there of the type of military actions that Iran has taken in the region, striking at military bases, of course, in neighboring countries across the Gulf. It seems a hardening of position. But you mentioned, of course, those talks with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Those concluded in Qatar a short time ago, with the Secretary of State saying, look, it's a matter of wording, a matter of a few sentences that we're negotiating over now. But if you ask Iranian negotiators, they seem to indicate that the United States and Iran are still very far from a deal. The key issue, of course, is enriched uranium. As you mentioned, that no dust, no dollars, a statement that we keep hearing from U.S. officials over the weekend, indicating that 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium that the United States and President Donald Trump, of course, personally wants to see destroyed. Iran, on the other hand, says that a conclusion to the war must be finalized before it speaks about how to handle that enriched uranium. And again, hearing about those strikes around the Strait of Hormuz that just occurred in the last few hours, we're hearing from Iranian state media that there was the sound of at least 3 explosions around the key port, Bandar Abbas port in southern Iran. It says, Iran's government says, and Iran's state media says that air defenses were activated. Again, and we do not know if this statement that we've just heard from the Supreme Leader, a written statement that was put out to mark the Hajj pilgrimage, whether that was written beforehand or afterhand. But the key question here will be, will those U.S. strikes affect those negotiations, and how far are they from the deal now that we're seeing those attacks again around the Strait of Hormuz by the U.S. forces?
Iran's Revolutionary Guards claim they have shot down an MQ-9 Reaper drone and opened fire on an F-35 jet and another drone that they say entered its airspace, presumably somewhere around that region. Iran says it will retaliate over ceasefire violations. Now, overnight, the United States launched new strikes on southern Iran. You can see right here, hitting these sites that the U.S. say were missile targets. The U.S. claims it was in self-defense, and yet Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the two sides could be just days from some kind of an agreement. With us now is CNN Global Affairs commentator Sabrina Singh. Sabrina, great to see you here. So we have these U.S. strikes overnight on Iran, and we just learned seconds ago that Iranians claim they shot down a U.S. drone. So where does that leave things as these negotiations continue?
What you're seeing is both sides claiming defensive strikes. They're both protecting their, air assets, defense assets on.
Ain't nothing new. They're just preparing themselves. Ain't nothing new. Unless those negotiations starts, the Pakistanis sit down at the table with the Americans and to see but ain't nothing gonna happen because JD Vance is gonna report back. JD Vance is not gonna have a good time. JD Vance is going to report back and he's gonna say blah 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 to Trump. He's like, I'm not gonna like it and da 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 da. I'm gonna get mad and he's gonna start cussing them out again. Oh, yeah, talking all this bullshit. Then he's gonna flip out and cause genocide. How many days has it been? Hell, how many weeks has it been? How many weeks? I say it's been 81. Right now it's 1 o'clock, so it should be 82. 82. Thank you, Mahogany, for coming. Jeez. Damn it. This thing. That sucks. I'm just gonna shut that off. But that's what mainly is gonna happen, y'all. That's what mainly is going to happen. Now, if anything else occurs, I will be shocked if they come with some agreement. But that agreement, all that it should be like, should include no nuclear weapon. It did include that, but your name wasn't on the agreement list. Obama's name was on it. And you came in there with your jealous, racist ass, shredded it all up to pieces because you wanted to put your name on things, and now you're looking at a whole clusterfuck. And 13 Americans had already suffered and died because of your selfish bullshit. All the billions could be used to help your broken society. Yikes! Yikes! Don't be mad at them. They don't have a clown for president. But sidebar. Who would be capable of capable of cleaning up all this mess? I think with a lot of time I think Kamala Harris should be in charge of cleaning up all the mess. Because that big, beautiful bill, you're going to have to sit, bend, and grab it for the next 8, 9 years. I wish I was high. So, I mean, I'm asking, who do you think? No, you just don't want a woman in power. That's all that is. You don't like women in that. You don't want a woman in that position. Well, should let me see. I don't know anybody that's worthy. Except Jasmine Crockett, of course. Trump is laughed at every day. He's laughed at every single day. Do you see the memes? But seriously, who do you think is going to be able to clean up this mess? JD Vance? I think JD Vance could clean all this up. Women tend to be better in power. Ooh. So, all right. We got us a woman here, so fellas, be respectable. Who do you think, what woman do you think should take over the White House? Kamala Harris? Michelle Obama? Jasmine Crockett? AOC? AOC? If you had a gun to my head, I'll probably vote. But no, I'm not voting for AOC. Sorry. I will vote for Hillary before I vote for AOC. Sorry. She's not ready. She's not ready. She is not ready. New York is no longer running on a effective FYI. No, you need somebody who is going to be effective. You need somebody who is going to stay steady. And you're going to need somebody who's going to be honest. Honest. And do you think, now come on, let's keep it real. Do you think AOC is going to keep it 100% honest? Do you think AOC is going to help out the majority of people, the majority of people, including black people? I don't know. I don't trust that woman. Something deep in my gut does not trust her. I would rather give Kamala Harris for 4 years to see if this is, what about, man, I don't know who that is. Any woman would be less emotional than Trump. Stop it. Hey, babe, how are you? But no, to me, I would promote Jasmine. I would promote heavy on Jasmine. I would say, Jasmine, run either in 2028 or in 2032. You're running. How's it going? I feel much better now that you're here. I do. I feel so much better. AOC's not ready. She's not ready. Jasmine Crockett, the black woman in Congress, her, yes, that one. She might run in the future. No, I want her to run right now. God damn it. No, I want her to run fucking right now. This shit is going long enough. We are long overdue. I'm in the UK. Oh, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me you was from the UK? I would like to welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Why didn't you tell me you was from the UK, my dear? I get everybody from all around. I get everybody from the UK. I hear the UK is beautiful. Even though Trump wants to take that bitch over. He wants to take everything over. He wants to take Germany over. He wants to take Iceland over. He wants to take Cuba over. Canada, Mexico. I know who Jasmine Crockett is. Jasmine Crockett is mid. AOC is some progressive politics that you need running the country right now. No! I refuse to listen to that rhetoric. Jasmine Crockett needs to be in that seat. I'm a man. Oh, my bad. Well, welcome anyway. My bad, bro. But no, I refuse to listen to that rhetoric, Howard. Howard, no, you are disqualified from all talks. Jasmine Crockett will be in that goddamn seat. Like I said, if you held a gun to my head, to be perfectly honest with you, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Even though I said I will never vote for a woman like that, a lot of these men out here are really starting to piss me off. A woman don't need to be in that position. A woman don't need to be in that position. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna vote for her anyway. I'm going to vote for her anyway. And she would do a better job than Nutso and the other Nutso that's holding on to his nuts. A better job than J.D. Vance would. But just imagine. Now hold up now. Just imagine if she were to run, right? Who would be vice president? Jasmine Crockett. I need Jasmine in that seat. Why do you think? Excuse me. Why do you think? Man, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel, and go ahead and hit that like button. Why do you think men don't want to support women? It's the same old bullshit. That's what I can tell you. Same old bullshit. Same old story. Same story. We've run it for damn near a decade now. But the women are proven electoral ease, right? But the only reason why, let's start off, for example, Hillary Clinton, for example, they didn't let Hillary in because of money, power, wealth, and influence. Money, power, wealth, and influence. Money, power, wealth, and influence. Why do you think they picked Kim Paxton contribute to the $40 million to get Jasmine Crockett not elected into the Senate seat? And what makes you think that Kamala Harris would be any different? Why do you think they voted for? Why do you think they didn't vote for Kamala Harris, even though she was given $1 billion? She was given $1 billion, and most of it was from women. It's money. And old men who just need to retire. Elderly, white, rich men who want nothing more to sustain in their same seats they've been having for years and years and years. That is the honest to God's truth. I'm not worried about all these other stupid heads online. I can care less about them. But the fact of the matter is, these people will money. These people will money. They control the billionaires. Thank you. I was going to say that. The billionaires control the money. The billionaires control. They basically control politics, if you want to get technical, because who's in charge of all this stuff? Israel. Israel writes all your scripts. Israel are in charge of the gas stations, the logos. They're in control of all this shit. Any other president would have said no to Israel, right? But this dumbass, never mind. Trump approved that companies to own more than 30% of all controlled media. That's because they get tired of his bull. People who are willing to tell the truth, they get booted out of the media. Why do you think they call them fake news? But it's good. You know why? You know why it's good? We need our own media. I don't mind that at all. We need our own fucking media. We need, first of all, we need a whole black media. We need a majority, like a rainbow coalition, a coup. Let me ask you a question. Should I start a panel, but not here, on TikTok? Should I start one of those panels on TikTok? Yes or no? Because I could be talking about this for days. Should I start my own panel on TikTok? Roosevelt increased. Did I bother to mention that they're going to possibly abolish the 14th Amendment, just to let y'all guys know? Let's see. Roosevelt increased the taxes for the elites, billionaires, to 70. What? Robin, are you serious right now? Tell me you're not serious. Tell me you are not serious right now. Roosevelt increased the taxes for the elites. Hold
on the ground, and so the U.S. took.
Hogany, dear, you still? Hold on, I need an expertise. Hogany, you still in here? Hold on. Roosevelt increased what? Increased the taxes. How come I don't see that on here? Is it for this year? No wonder that's where you're straight after WW2. Check your history. Oh, after World War II. Yeah, I looked it up. She is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. Absolutely fucking correct. But you know what? When other people, this is kind of good. This is bad, but this is kind of good at the same time, because people, even in on the Republican Party, even on the Republican side, can see that the BS is going on right at this very instant. So what's going to happen right around this time? They're either going to flee, or they might stay. And you're going to have the majority of people standing up, asking it, and going against it. You already have like a multitude of people against Trump with this whole slush fund thing. You already have people in his administration coming after him of this whole slush fund thing. But then again, they can't do anything about it because he's in control of the government. So again, I say this diligently, and I say this with such earnest. If you want him gone, if you want Trump out of office, vote. Vote, and vote early. And vote in this November too. Vote twice if you have to. Fuck, I might just have to do that too. I might just have to do that. Because things are not looking, well, things ain't looking good. Y'all, yeah. Why those hopes are wrong? Nothing's going to take place there. Nothing is going to take place there. No, it was in the 1940s. I know it was in the 1940s. I just read it. Actually, it was 1934 through 1941. So 1934 to 1941. See, I know my stuff, bro. So ain't nothing going on but the rent. Nothing going on but the rent. So obviously you're gonna have to be making life decisions at the pump and at the grocery store. So I advise y'all to be safe. Advise y'all be cool and collective. I'm going to give you a like and sub. I want to check out some more. Well, I do appreciate you. Mr. Edward. I do appreciate you. Vote for one of the Democrats. Why? So that the party can look. Are we not clear? But listen, if Ross Perot were still alive, I would vote for him over Trump. If Bush were around somewhere, I would vote for Trump. I would vote for George Bush Jr. I would vote for George Bush Jr. over Trump. Do you not get the correlation? We need Trump's delusional I don't want to call him retarded. We need his ass up out of there. If it was any other president, I wouldn't even have said anything to this degree. But it's the person who is in there right now that needs to go. You've been in Iraq or Iran for far too fucking long. Oh, thank you for this. Thank you for the sub, my dear. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. But you need to get them out of there. I'll vote for anything but Democrat or Republican. So are you independent? What's going on? Are we independent? Did anybody do their early voting? I'll put Kanye West on the ticket. No, put Kevin Hart on the ticket. You're gonna suck on this nipple. That was gay as hell. You're gonna suck on this nipple. No, put Soulja Boy. I would put Ankle Jenkins, whatever his name is from The Boys. I would put him in office. I would definitely put Soulja Boy in office. For those who don't know who Soulja Boy is, go watch The Boys. That's all I'm gonna say. He said he wasn't a race. He wasn't a Nazi. He's not a Nazi. Who's a Nazi? Homelander's the Nazi. Iran and Afghanistan, the U.S. supporting this against Iran, they will never fold. I'm gonna be honest with you, Robin. The people that are in power right now, Putin, Trump, Lemuz or whatever his name is, that's Israel, who's in Israel, the dude from China, they're all not gonna fight each other. Not like that. They ain't gonna blow each other up like that. You know why? They make too much money. Why do you think it's been 82 days to make one typical decision? The only reason why they did Obama this way is not because of his intelligence, not because of anything else, but because they saw him as an honest person. They literally saw him as an honest person. And there's been peace for a couple of years until Donald Trump came along and crushed it. You didn't hear shit from Iran. Nothing. I didn't hear from anything Iran. Iran didn't do anything to me. Pakistan didn't do anything to me. But he ends up where? In Venezuela. And he bombs Venezuela, takes their leader or whatever and his wife for some oil that they could have dug up here in the United States. And you wonder why it's so goddamn expensive. Why is Cuba next? Can somebody tell me quick, please? Why is Cuba next? What is so cool about Cuba now? He didn't even start. Whatever happened to this shit in Iceland? What up with that? What about the shit in Iceland? He really needs to stop. He really needs to stop. Now do you see why we need to impeach him? Do y'all see why we need to impeach this guy? Not only does he want to take over Cuba, but he wants to take over Canada as well. And listen, if somebody got the balls enough to go break down, just break the shit out of that statue, please do. And if you do, send it to me. I'll put it on my show. Send it to me. Oh, collapsed. Israel. It's not Jason of the third temple. And the founding the fathers of the Freemasons. I don't believe in that Freemasonry stuff. It's too confusing. I mean, shouts out to the Freemasons. Offshore money laundering. Well, we know about all that. Gambling for the rich and the powerful. Let me ask you something, Edward. How would you feel about if Trump gave a company of yours to a person who has no experience of your company that you have built? How would you feel about that? How would you feel if Trump if he bought your company, right? And he gave it to his sons, and his sons don't know diddly squat about operating what you have built. For example, data centers. What the fuck does he know? What the fuck does Trump's sons know about data? Does anybody know about the things that happened here in Las Vegas, Nevada, when Trump single-handedly tried to create not one, not two, but 3 casinos, and all 3 of them went bankrupt? And you're going to entrust business with this guy? You better not step outside the U.S. I'm telling you right now. Stay in that damn plane. I'm like looking for a game. It's no market-driven economist. I have 4 LLCs, and it would piss me off if he gave my shit away to anyone, including his sons. Yes, including his sons. But y'all gotta be careful. Y'all gotta be careful, because this shit is not fun. He's not welcome. He's not welcome in the UK. Good. Ain't UK supposed to be our allies? And he fucked that all up. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot that Bitcoin shit. Anybody get y'all Bitcoin today? Oh, yeah, and did anybody get their Doge check today? Anybody get their Doge check? Let's see, Atlantic City, not in Vegas. No, he was in Vegas. He was definitely in Vegas. He had as a matter of fact, he had the Taj Mahal in Vegas. He had the Taj Mahal, and then, of course, he has the Trump Towers over here, which he doesn't own. Believe me, I know. I know some people who have talked a lot of shit about Trump, and I know some people who Trump owes, and he's not technically allowed in Vegas. And the only reason why people haven't got on his ass yet is because he's the president and he's government now. So wait till that immunity drops. If the Supreme Court has balls to drop his immunity, take away his little power or whatever, and that shit drops, he's not protected anymore. And I can't wait for the day. I cannot wait for the day, because he is ruining a lot of lives, including farmers who had to go bankrupt. Ask all those white farmers who have literally lost their farms because of Trump. Ask them. And these are white farmers. Okay? Ask them. I'm going to get up in the morning, but thank you for not a problem. Not a problem. We'll see you next time. I'll definitely see you around way. Thank you for stopping by. I thought it was because of the fake shooters in the White House. Fake shoot. Oh, you talking about that stupid dinner? You talking about that stupid dinner? When the dude was nowhere near Trump. He was somewhere in the back. And the security guard shot the guy that was allegedly attempting some assassination shit. But all that was planned anyway. Because how is it that you grab the vice president, you grab his wife, you grab Trump's wife, the vice president, there's still a cameraman on the side that you didn't even go to yet. He's still filming, and Trump is the last to get grabbed? Does that make any sense to you? I'm the president of the United States of America. Grab me first. Oh, that was real. And then he gonna look outside the curtain. He gonna take a sneaker peek. They're like, what's going on? And then what did he do afterwards? He did a press conference. That's why we need the big ballroom. This is the reason why we need the big ballroom. Nevada Gaming Commissions found Trump untrustworthy. Correct. Correct. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had fun. I had definitely fun. Nice reaction to y'all. Definitely catch you later, Robin. Catch you later, everybody. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I definitely appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. And I will see you next time.